Hello everyone, good morning. In this video we're going to be talking about something very interesting. But before doing that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hotosu and then I'm from Sumi community. And yes, I'm home. Now doesn't it sound so promising when someone says I'm home and I'm safe, right? At least to me, it sounds very promising. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a very specific thing which is very relevant to this. But before doing that, I would like you and I to be discussing a little bit about the relationship between the government of Nagaland and the people of Nagaland. So now the thing is, when it comes to the government of Nagaland, things have never been very satisfactory, right? And that is partly their fault and partly the fault of us, we the citizens. So there is no one to be blaming at this point. Anyhow, leaving that aside for now, talking about the financial things, okay? When it comes to money, the case of money, it becomes very funny, right? The government of Nagaland are very reluctant to give or distribute money even though it is of a legal right. Say for example, students. Anyhow, keeping aside what we think for now, let's just dig a little bit deeper in what this 10,000 and stuff is all about, okay? So, it all starts here. A few days ago, the government of Nagaland has opened a website. Okay, they opened a website and the links were given to the citizens who were outside of Nagaland, and they were allowed to apply if in case they wish to return home from anywhere in and around the India, I guess. And so yeah, that sounds good, okay, that sounds good, because at one point they are trying to bring all the Nagas together in this time of hardship, so that is one thing. But now things changed. Many words started to come up one by one, and so we'll just look at that one by one. The government recently offered 10,000 rupees to people who were deciding to sit behind where they are and refusing to come back home. I have a basic knowledge about that, and I have a clear idea of what they are actually trying to do. So here the thing is, the first thing is, yes, they are giving 10,000 to the students, yes, they are giving 10,000 to people who are staying outside, but there is more to that. The first thing is, the 10,000 can only be applied for if you have applied to return home in the beginning for that application. And yes, that application which was open for registration for the returnees is already closed, okay? The application, the website which was open for students or people who are outside of Nagaland to return home is already off. Please note that down. It is nowhere available now. People cannot enter anymore. And the 10,000 rupees was supposed to be given to people who refused to come but also have registered in advance. So now here is the thing I want to talk about is, why would someone register if they do not want to come back? They have something in their mind. They want to come home, they want to return home, they want to go back to their loved ones. That is why they applied, right? If I were in their place, I would have done the same thing. And for those people who did not apply, that is because they have something in their mind too. That is because they are okay with staying there. That is because they have decided not to come back. They have not applied it. So the thing is very clear. Giving 10,000 to people who do not want to come back, that is not the thing here. The thing is, I will give you 10,000 rupees if you change your mind to come back. But if you were decided to come back from, if you decided not to come back from before, you are not included. So that simply means they are bribing the people. This simply means that they are giving money to people outside of Nagaland to change their minds, which is not a good thing. I mean, obviously, to myself, that is not a good thing. And I was really confused and ashamed of myself being a part of Nagaland, that Nagaland government could come up with such a cheap thought, a narrow-minded thought. And the funny part is, come on man, it's very easy to notice here. I mean, how can someone not notice that? They're allowing people who have registered to cancel their registration, and for that they will give them 10,000 rupees. But they are not giving that money, that amount of 10,000 to people who did not apply, who were already decided to stay there and not return home. So that simply means they are simply trying to avoid people from coming back. They're trying to cancel this mission of returnees, and they're actually not aiming to help people who are outside of Nagaland. So that is the first thing. That is one thing. If I'm wrong, please correct me. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But as of now, that is one thing. The second thing is, there are reforms You should go around, check it, find it for yourself. It says one-time service. One-time service. So what does that mean? Please note down these small details, because later on this is going to hit us back. The government of Nagaland is going to hit us back with small details like this. One-time service. Now, today you get your 10,000 rupees and you decided to stay there. What if they abandon you after that? What if this kind of missions does not come back again? What if the lockdown extends further, because Modi has already announced for the lockdown of 4.0, that is the fourth lockdown overall in Nagaland or in India. So what if the situation gets worse? You know, if someone is going to die, they are going to die anyway. And I'm not saying, yes, of course, prevention is better than cure, okay? And as of now, Nagaland has no cure. As of now, Nagaland has no cure for this thing. No one in the world has any cure for this thing. But it is not about that at this point. It is not about having a cure or not at this point. It is about people who really wants to come back home. It is about people who wants to be home. It is about people who wants to feel safe being with their family. So here is a question for myself, okay? If someone wants to return home, if someone wants to get back to their family, who are you and I to stop them? Who are you and I to try to convince them? They may be doing the wrong thing. They may be putting their lives and others' life at risk by doing that. But who are you and I to be judging them, yeah? I mean, what right do you have to stop them? What right do you have to stop them? If you were there out and then someone stops you from coming back, you are going to be pissed as much as they are pissed now, as much as I am pissed now. I don't know why I'm pissed, but yes, you will be in the same situation. Just go and sit in their shoes, yeah? Just go and sit in their place and think about them. It is not right at all. It is not right at all. So the 10,000 is simply bribing. It's simply a bribe. It's simply a fraud. It is a mockery, yeah. It is a mockery. There are lots of comments in the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and WhatsApp circulating in and around, and people are fighting against each other for that. Some are saying, yes, that is right. Some are saying, yes, that is wrong. I'm not saying they are right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying they are wrong. I'm not saying I'm wrong. But let's just think logically, yeah. Let's just think logically for once. If they want to come back, who are you and I to stop them? Even if you are the... Okay? Even if you have the power to stop them, why would you? Why would you? Why would I do that? If they want to come back, let them come back. Why are you trying to bribe them by giving them 10,000 rupees? And yes, are you trying to exchange their lives for 10,000 rupees? I'm not saying if it was 10 lakhs, it would have been enough. I'm not saying that. You know, Nagas staying outside, they are suffering, okay? They are suffering. They are suffering from numerous things which we even do not know. Of course, there are people who are staying safe and sound there, but that is a different case. There are people, if even one of them is suffering, we should consider that. Takan 10 June aze, 9 June da aramba base, 1 June duk pase charivina. Can you do that? I can't do that. If I was at some position where I could have changed things, if I could have made things better, I would have not done that. I do not know about anything else, but I would have not done that. At least I have that much faith in myself. So yes, 9 of them is staying well and 1 is suffering and she wants to return home. Let them come home. Regardless of the risks, regardless of the conditions, let them come home. Who are you and I to stop them? Here, another thing. Now let's talk about one more thing which is relevant to morals. You know, Christians, people of faith. And so, at this point, okay, at this point, try to understand this. They're outside, and when it comes to money, they have faith that if they return home, they are going to be safer. Don't let that faith go away. I mean, they are right to have that faith. If I was somewhere out there, I would have faith that if I'm home, I will be safer. That faith in me lives because we, the Christians, live by faith, and if we go on with faith. That is our blind faith that keeps us going on, okay? And then if you're trying to doubt that, I really think you should be considering yourself. I really think you should be talking to yourself once. So now, coming back here again, the government said they will give 10,000 rupees to the returnees who decided to stay back home. So now let's just talk about mathematically. Let's talk about this mathematically. Practically, okay, practically. Now, I'm here with a book, I'm here with a pen, and I'm going to do some simple calculations. So they say they will give 10,000 rupees to every individual that decided to stay home and not come back. Okay, excluding those people who did not apply. Okay, let's just say they are excluded. Like the government wants us to do, I'm ignoring them. Like the government wants us to say, I'm excluding them. They are not included in this list. They are not considered of legal of any help. Okay, so let's just leave them aside. 10,000 rupees to every individual. And how many were supposed to come back? 18,000. Yes, everyone knows that. 18,000 people were supposed to be coming back from outside of Nagaland to Nagaland as a returning. Okay. So now, what if all the 18,000 decided to stay back? What if each and every individual decided to stay back? Would the government have given them 10,000 each? You know what? How much that amount comes? 10,000 to every individual of 18,000 people comes out to 18 crore. 18 crore amount would have been sanctioned for those people who are staying outside. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? With that 18 crore, what can you do and what can you not do? At least you can make up some things which are... You know, I'm also a civil engineer student by namesake at least. Of course, I'm not a very bright student or anything, but I understand a little bit about that. So that amount of 18 crore is not a less amount, and it can be done a lot to build a lot of refugee camp or a lot of quarantine campus to help the people who are returning home. So why are you wasting time, or why are you planning to waste that 18 crore rupees to give them for not coming back? Instead, why not use that 18 crore to spend here in Nagaland to improve the facilities, right? I mean, where is the logic? Use that 18 crore to improve the facilities here in Nagaland itself and let them come home safe and keep them here quarantined for 21 days, 15 days, 16 days, 18 days. I don't care. Do your process, but keep them safe and keep Nagaland safe. Try to do stuff in that way too. I mean, it's possible, right? 18 crore, that is not a small amount. 18 crore, that is not a small amount. Yeah, that is one thing. I mean, come on, yeah. What are we even talking about now? What are we even talking about? I don't even understand. There are people here, and then I have so many comments. I mean, like, I went through so many comments. There are some comments that is so satisfying to me. There are some comments that is like, no. People with different mentality, people with different mindsets, they come with different opinions. So I'm not judging anyone here. But here, I want you to rethink. I have said a lot of things. I'm pretty sure I have said many things which is wrong. I'm pretty sure I have said things which is right as well. So you please watch this video, try to understand this. It's a little bit lengthy. But yeah, like I said, if they are planning to help the people of Nagaland, why not go for the other way? You know, they are not using that 18 crore rupees to facilitate the people who are coming back, but instead they are trying to give people who are trying to stay there, who decided to stay there because they do not want themselves to be at risk. Nagaland, as we all know, koa nishina, ito nagamispai ko diwo. Facility bishi biya sa mga jaga dito na. Ikunay. US, Japan, China, Italy, superpower countries, right? They have every facility. Even they are failing to save people. So what are we? We are Christians. We are from Nagaland. We are from a small place. And we have nothing but faith to fight against this corona. We have nothing but faith and belief to fight against this corona, right? But how good is our God? How good is our Father? He's keeping us safe. He's keeping us, you know, if we believe, we can move the mountains. I'm not saying we can literally move the mountains right now, but just have faith. Do the right thing, and He will look after us. And you know who I'm referring to. do the right thing, and He will look after us. He will look after you. He will look after me. And at this point, if they come back, and they come back with some disease, and then Nagaland gets infected, and we all die, maybe that is what it was supposed to be happening. But at least we decided not to abandon anyone. But at least we decided not to leave out anyone. At least we decided to accept our people. At least we decided to help them morally. And then we died together. So I find so much more satisfaction in that than to be leaving people outside there by giving them a small amount of money, trying to bribe them and leaving them aside. Okay? So here is to the government of Nagaland. Here is to the government of Nagaland. I am Hotosu from Dipupar, and I'm simply a teenager or a little bit past that. And my knowledge and my understanding is very far less than you people. I'm very sure about that. But this is simply a short figure of speech from my mind, my thoughts. I might be wrong, I might be right, but that is not the thing which we are talking about here. And I really want this message to reach to you people who are outside. Please think about it. And if you really think I have no rights to be telling you whether you should be coming back or not, I have no rights to tell you to stop there. I have no rights to be telling you to come back. So it's up to you. Anyhow, I really have many more things to be sharing. I really have many more thoughts to be sharing with you. And I personally want to be talking for hours and hours with someone with the same hardship, with the same feeling, with the same motive, with the same thoughts. But I will just keep it up to this, and then I hope and believe that you at least heard me, you at least have understood what I have tried to say, and then we the Nagas, we the Nagaland will come up with a better solution, with a better outcome, and then at the end of the day, Nagaland for Christ, the word Nagaland for Christ will live forever. And then, yeah, God bless us all. May this pandemic be over as soon as possible. And then to all the people, please stay safe. Please take care of yourself. Please take care of people around you. And then let's get over with this pandemic together as one. Thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video.